Good afternoon, family. Today is August 15, 2019, so they say. But it feels like tax day, April 15th. You understand what I'm saying? Today, Harold Washington was supposed to have been born. He was a lawyer, and his middle name is supposed to be Lee. Like, mine's Mary-Lee Davis. I put an H on my Davis because so many perpetrators out there perpetrating a fraud. This your ghetto news reporter, Mary-Lee. Don't forget that's between the Mary and the Lee. And don't forget when you heard that, representation about me being your ghetto news reporter, Mary-Lee. Because that is a catchy, news reporter slogan. And, they try to steal everything that I come up with. I said that to say it is 2:54. And, man, I like to do a little coloring and stuff because I missed that opportunity when I was younger or whatever and stuff. So I figured out, the real rainbow colors, just by, figuring out why people was coming after me. They left out the pink and the brown for a reason, me being a girl and me being a person, of dark skin, brown complexion. This is not a racist video. This is just some, modern day Willie Lynch that people came up with to try to discredit me, and I figured out. With that said, I bought this little graduation hat for $1, and I colored it in. First it was black and white, and I colored it in with all the colors that I felt, the rainbow should look like. Now, the only reason why I bought it because it stood out, and the reason why it stood out is the color of the, the goldish dots, and it's a graduation. I colored this part right here because it had a little nick, so it's kind of like maroon right there to remind me that I am a Native American. I'm maroon. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not red. I'm maroon. It's a difference. A deeper red. So I kind of made it my own or whatever and stuff. It was black and white, and then it had, these dots and this color. And this color is the same color that I painted my first 1981 Cutlass Supreme used car that I bought from a used car salesman, and Lord knows I could have bought a brand new drop-top Cadillac truck. That's how much money I put into it. But it was my first car, and, I didn't want to depart from it, and I had money coming in, and, of course, more money, more problems, like Biggie said. And the mechanics made sure of that. And eventually, I, got rid of the car and bought something else. You understand what I'm saying? Another trap, another used car. I've never had a brand new car because I knew had I gotten a brand new car, more money, more problems. Yeah, like I said, I bought this from, a thrift store that I never been into before today, along with this shirt. Now, if you look real close, you got an R in yellow, you got an E in yellow, and then the way I did it, that would be an O. And, my ex-girlfriend, Donna Marie Evans, a.k.a. Cookie the Italian Stallion, her son, he liked to call himself Rio. You understand what I'm saying? You could spell it R-I-O or R-E-O. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I do everything by the Spirit because, that's how my higher power works. So I didn't realize that the yellow, would be, the Rio would be the color of, the sun, which was my ex-girlfriend, Donna Marie Evans, son named Mario. Now, Mario was around in 1995 when I gave Oprah Winfrey my story, and he did a whole lot of drama or whatever to make sure that I got, displaced and put into a psych unit or whatever and stuff. And he said, and she's got a gun too. But the question was, how did he know that I had a gun? You understand what I'm saying? I never told anyone. So his mother was connected with the streets and the police, and I had called the police like a week or so before, you know, the incident between me and Mario, which was nothing but a spiritual experience, an awakening, you know, divine intervention. And I called the police about a week or so before in 1995. And I said, I got a gun to my head that I bought from Chuck Dalton's gun shop. And it had somebody else's initials on it. Now, previously, before buying the gun, I was going to buy, you know, a brand new one in the box. That's what I was going to do. But the clerk in the gun shop said, hey, I got this one for cheaper. But I didn't think it came with a whole bunch of problems. You understand what I'm saying? And had anybody's initials on it until I really looked at it once I got home or whatever. Long story short, I believe it was a gun that somebody used in a murder or something. You understand what I'm saying? And they tried to put it off on me. And that's why I'm catching so many problems. And that's why when I called the police in 1995, you know, the police literally said that I had 2 minutes to live. And I couldn't understand that. And I was going through a whole lot at the time, writing my book, Awarded to Stay / Coming Out Hard, crying. I was an emotional wreck. I was, you know, getting off of drugs. I hadn't smoked no cigarettes. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't drinking. I wasn't doing anything. So for a whole month of me recovering and going through an emotional wreck, trying to write my life story, and then I sent my story to Oprah Winfrey also, you know, along with pictures, vocals, and things of that nature, and didn't get the response back that I thought. I had a slight, I would call it, you know, some people might say a nervous breakdown on Mario Darrell Evans, which it was not. It was divine intervention because I felt as though he and his mother was trying, you know, to set me up or whatever and stuff to get Social Security from me like she's getting, you understand what I'm saying, because she was a single parent or whatever the case was. And, you know, she was trying to use me to come up and take care of him. And that's how he ended up going to Catholic school and being whatever he is today. You understand what I'm saying? I believe he's a part of the Masons. I can't, you know, be for sure, but, you know, nothing happens in this world by mistake. You understand what I'm saying? So me drawing this and not knowing that the original rainbow colors is this, you know, are these colors red, orange, yellow, brown, pink, green, blue, and purple. And how I found that out was when they made me homeless and I looked up at the CTA, you know, the trains in CTA, those are the colors of the, you know, trains in CTA. You got the red line, the orange line, the yellow line, the brown line, the pink line, the green line, the blue line, and the purple line. And when you get to the purple line, you know, they got to stop. That's my last name, which is Davis. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I started figuring stuff out and stuff. I said all that to say that, you know, Mario, you know, he was a little guy when I met him. He was 5 years old or whatever when I met his mom. His mom introduced me to him or whatever and stuff. But one day, you know, she was crying because I left her and went to job court because I felt as though she was, you know, trying to bring me down, to be honest. And she told me that he said, Mama, don't cry, she'll be back. You understand what I'm saying? And he was only 5 at the time. Now, Donna Marie Evans, for whatever reason other than money, you know, got attached to me. And I'm pretty sure my family was involved also, you know. And, you know, she was 28 and I was like 17 or something like that. And she had me take a picture, you know, naked, for real. For my real Mary McNamara's, you know I ain't lying. But the picture that she took of me was right by a picture that, you know, her son had taken. Somebody had drew a picture of him, handmade, an artist. And he and I are both in the picture. But I'm naked and he's looking like, you know, a young gentleman or whatever and stuff. But I wasn't facing the camera where you could see my front. I was facing it where you could see my butt to let them know. You understand what I'm saying? Don't not shit on me and say it's raining. Okay? Real talk. You understand what I'm saying? And I was about 17 at the time, and I didn't know what was going on. But that's the spirit for you. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. So Mario, for whatever reason, you know, got caught up and I heard some things about him. And this guy named Andre on the block of 77 in Saginaw taking advantage of a young lady on the block. Now, I hear pretty much everything I need to hear, but for me to throw it out there when I hear it, you know, the devil would just say, oh, you crazy, blah, 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 blah. So what I do is I keep stuff in my memory bank. So when the time comes for me to use it, for real, it'll all come together like a puzzle. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't want to get this wrong. I said that to say, there's no big eyes or little U's in this. He was a young guy at the time, and he probably was, you know, forced to do that, you know, or whatever the case was. And you know, when a young guy get a little trim, that's what they used to call it. You understand? Back in the day when they get their first piece of, you know what, they call it trim. So he probably started feeling some kind of way and felt as though he was better than me. And then he and I was playing a basketball game on his video, you know, console or whatever. And he lost. And I know before, you know, the police came in to, you know, that spiritual awakening thing or whatever we had together, I knew that played a big part when they did, you know, came and, you know, my higher power had me holding him down because I can feel that he was on the verge of, I don't know, trying to kill me or whatever the case was. But God intervened and I was able to hold him down at 16. And he was not able to move, believe me. And he was hollering like somebody was killing him. But I wasn't trying to kill him. I was just letting him know, look, whatever's on your mind, you better get it off your mind because I'm not the one to play with. I've never touched him inappropriately. I've always, you know, addressed him accordingly by his name. I, you know, made his lunch for him for, you know, school, ironed his clothes, things of that nature, and tried to love his mom. But his mom was just, she was out there bad. I ain't going to even lie. I don't even want to disrespect his mother. But if she know for real, like I know what I know now, she would tell his truth to him. That I was sent to him to show him some kind of, you know, love and understanding. Because I know his mom was out there bad. You know, but she started getting her stuff together. But because she doesn't want to tell the truth, obviously, you understand what I'm saying? You know, I'm catching, you know, all kind of slack for whatever reason or another. So basically, she thought she can put us, me and Mario, you know, against each other and get out whatever mess she was in. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. Long story short, I'm still alive. I hope he's still alive. I hope she's still alive. I just hope people just come together, because if you thought I was going to be the big fish that y'all retire off of, you understand what I'm saying? You might want to check your peoples for real, because this ain't what you're looking for. Real talk. I work my butt off to do the right thing and not be a victim in the end. You know, like y'all trying to, you know, make me out to be, because you don't want to tell the truth. But it don't lie. You see, it's the Son. For God so loved the world, she gave her only begotten Son. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. Don't shit on me and say it's raining. I was more of a mother to him. And he wasn't even of my ethnicity. You feel me? Than his own mother was. You understand? That's that Willie Lynch for you. That's the bottom line. Real talk. So people out there struggling, and even in your family, sometimes you got to break loose. But they always seem to reel you back in. And that's why I had to get this right. I had to. Otherwise, they would have labeled me insane for real. It's a Ghetto News reporter, Mary-L. I'm from Dash between the Mary-L. If you don't believe me, I don't care. My real Mary McNamara, stand up, straighten up, and step your game up, because it's real, for real in the field, and they thirsty out here. Donna Marie Evans used to drink, drug, and smoke, and fornicate. And she thought I'd be the same way. But all I tried to do was love her. Ask her what I bought her when I first met her. A pair of panties that zipped up in the front. Now that ought to tell you who I am.